All right, Elon Musk coming in already for the Ken Paxton to buy that Texas on a little mirror scene that I've talked about in a recent video. But it's tying into that UK, buying the UK. He'll come in, buy Texas, or maybe buy Oklahoma and buy up the oil reserves of America in a way, or the control system, and just keep everybody out. Or the flock cameras and stuff that are going to be lining up Oklahoma, Texas, the movement of the greenery for the Christmas tree. All right, so the flocking, and then the flock is the white stuff you put on the Christmas tree. All right, and the Christmas tree is symbolic of the cannabis plant. As you bring it in, hang it upside down, and it go around and you share and from friend to friend and whatever. That's what this is all about. It's not about going out and buying some shit and handing them some shit, and then that's so you can possess something so those demons can come into your life and control you. So everything is mirrored on this thing coming, and Elon Musk and Ken Paxton and the Talarico, these things are telling a story as far as the cannabis plant and the oil cartels or the drug cartels or whatever's going on that controls Texas, and Abbott in deep ties with certain industries and basically saying cannabis is never going to come to my state and whatever. So that Hot Wheels is going to come into effect in one way, shape, or form versus that Matchbox, and that Matchbox is tying into your so-called code in a box and the GTA 6 hack and those things going on now that's overlaying on those things, and then we're tracking the two or the twins and those types of things lining up as far as the scar or no scar, and that ties into your Lion King and the African savannas and those types of things. Either way, the matrix is vast. The drugs and such, the cannabis plant, the devil's lettuce, these things are lining up in different ways. And then Elon Musk has smoked on Joe Rogan, and then he comes in and he says, I believe the teachings of Jesus, but I don't necessarily follow the so-called church or those types of things. So we can see different lineups as the King Spirit on his level, on the Elon Musk, that incarnation of Christ, where the AI and the car, the petro, all those things are being ran as the electric is being ran through him. There's no petro and none of these things, so it's the Antichrist man coming in as the picture of money and all those things, as the petrodollar. This George Washington, this dollar bill, all that stuff is tied into the big beautiful bill, the 666, the worship of the mark, so buy and sell and all those things. So it's already been done, and all your dollars have serial numbers. This is part of the tracking, and it's all been there in front of you. So the 50s, devil's music, credit cards, these things, all that came out then, and the world went right into it. And they even showed you that these people are alien, this, that, and the other. And it's like the people didn't accept the truth when they were trying to give them the truth. So that's where that so-called subversion had to come in and telling you this, that, and the other. Aliens or this, that, or whatever. When we're the so-called aliens, not these so-called green people. We're the lizard people. The monitor is this thing, all right? The mantis, that would be tied to us, and the prayer, and that's the religions, all right? So, not to get into all the decoding of the aliens, but, and the grays are the ones who meet in the middle, the gray area, the telepathic, the phone, and all that stuff. So those telepathic properties are all leading you into the depths of hell, as hell breaks open on earth, as you live in hell, and the new heaven is coming, and out of the fire we get refined and all that kind of stuff. So that's where all this is coming into. That's where we're at. And that's where Elon Musk is coming on and saying if Texas loses, Paxton or the Republican or whatever, we've just lost America, right? We're trying to save the United States of America on one aspect. So this is where we're becoming united and divided, and then we're lifting up one to do the other. And he's already said he's a Santa man when he's walking into the sink and all that stuff. So the Santa and the Elvis, the elves, the North Pole, the red, he's part of the Moses and the Red Sea divide that's coming to pull the parties and whatever kind of thing coming. So he endorses the ketamine, those types of things, the psychedelic levels. So this is where like a new church or alien society, whatever's kind of coming, and then you have the King Spirit coming in, bringing in the new church, the Elvis Presley, bringing in the concerts, and people of all colors, shapes, sizes, beliefs are all coming together and going to this church of Amen and Amen, where you go in and listen and for a couple hours, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 people go in here and speak, entertain the showman, the shaman, and then they go in and go about their business, right? This is all part of that. And now we've seen that rock concert work its way into the old traditional church or whatever. This is where the church is transforming slowly, and the rebuilding of the church and the falling away of the church as the new one's built. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so as the Elon Musk and the Elohim and the battle of the AI, all these things mentioned in your Bible, all these things are playing out in different ways, shapes, and forms. But as the Texas and the Lone Star State and that little horn and the 10th size economy on the world, all these things are coming into play. If Elon Musk buys that area or whatever, he can turn off the mineral rights to the oil, and that can be like a seamless deal. And then also they're doing a seamless deal with the oil, because when you buy your land or house or whatever else, you find out that you don't own the mineral rights on it, that the dude 80 years old or whatever, or they're selling your mineral rights or whatever kind of thing, right? Oh, you can buy your mineral rights, but it's going to cost you $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 and whatever else kind of thing is going on it, right? Or you buy the house and it has proper or mineral rights, they're not using it, they just come in and, oh, we're going to take this, we'll give you a couple $1,000 or whatever kind of thing, right? So while you're being paid for it, you're not being paid for it, because they're giving you what, the begotten, the 10%, and while they're coming in and making the whatever on it. So the corruption in days of Noah and these times that we're in, and the marriage corruption with the contracts and all the shit the church is lifting up as its image is given life. Well, this is a marriage, you gotta have this, that, and the other. Where's your ring? And all this other shit, right? So not everybody subscribes to that magazine. So which magazine are you which magazine section are you in? Okay, because you're all divided. Have you gone through and read all the magazine sections? All right. Back in the day, if you were still in magazines or whatever, the naughty magazines, you might have to sit there for a little bit and scan back and forth and read some Better Homes and Garden or some Vogue or some Teen Bop or Travel Cost or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, so all these different magazines, all this is different knowledge, all this is different segment. Everything is built in your world on these days coming up. There's a darkness, an algorithm that runs through man that is bringing all this together. All right, and we can see these things in our world. Well, if you have the eyes and ears, you can see these things. But the lie is upon you, and they've taken your crafts, which is witchcraft. Which craft do you do? And now you're all doing this spell casting and taking yourself into the machine. Y'all don't even know what y'all are doing. Y'all don't even know what you're using. It's not that it's good or bad. The witchcraft and the magi, the magic, and all these things come together, and your power's been taken from you, so you're doing the witchcraft for them. Okay? So This is all part of energy harvest and energy exchange and the magnetism in this world. And when we consume things, we have to get in a state of mind of what we're about to download and how we're going to download it, and all these things are working together through the magnetism and energetic properties of everything being alive and connected in one way, shape, or form. It's not alive like we are, but it's alive like whatever. Okay, the rock knows when you throw it. The woods know when you're walking in there and coming to see them and those types of things. This is a living organism. We're putting off energies non-stop, and light, that energy travels so fast. And when they say light travels at this mile per hour, they're talking about the liquid speed of light, such as when it's in an electrical form in a wire. Okay, that's where things are pretty much instant when you turn stuff on. So that's how fast the electric, or it's not that light from the sun travels that fast. That light is always whatever kind of thing is going on. The liquid electrical light, that is the speed of light that it travels in the wire. Okay, so or the wire is the pipe, and that's where also Lucifer has been cast down to the ground. He's the one with the pipes and such, the light bearer. That's your electric. That's all you're all in this time frame. Okay, you're already past the second coming of Jesus in one aspect, and as that Jesus is already here in one way, then the world has to be taken into it after that, and that's where Jesus, the King of Kings, that's where your king is coming in to control you. And then also you have to have a king that is coming here to preserve the people and the freedom and all those things. Okay, so you got to have like 2 or 3 different types of kings. That's where you have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and they're all divided, right? Or are you going to go to the ones where they're all together, right? The triangle, that Egyptian pyramid, the aliens, right? So you're already in the alien empire in a way, and or alien or Orwellian, and all these things are coming in to take you from one to the other. So the Orwellian, the whales that we see around here, is kind of like the mermen in the evolution state, and they got to go up and bask on those sands of time. And the bass is tied to the banks and the fishers of men, and so we got to see the Trump and the WLFL and all these things turning on the past week, and either way, folks, it goes on and on. The Texas and the TX, we see Trump, Elon Musk coming in, buying Texas or Oklahoma or both, or the panhandle states that we see, those have a certain degree on the stovetop and whatever, the Idaho, and that's tied to the potatoes, and then that's the Tate, the Andrew Tate, and then the pot for the POTUS, the President of the United States. POTUS, that most high position, the Jesus, the white horse rider, the White House rider, all these things we've gotten into before. And that's where your white horse rider holds the bow. Who holds the bow? Well, that's the rainbow, and who are shown on the White House to have a rainbow or whatever, and it's the 46 for the begotten, the Biden, the Exden. You all went into the forbidden fruit as Obama brought the pit, Trump opened the pit, and Biden brought you into it. Simple thing as far as the dark sun, the abomination, and all those things, and the abomination of the desolation going into the holy place. All right, into the temple. Your temple, and your third temple, built without hands. That's the pineal, and it's been hardened with your fluoride. The fluoride's where your Lucifer been cast down to the ground. Your light. Okay, and some of us have spent years opening up and detoxifying or decalcifying or whatever this pineal. All right, and there's ways you can do it. There's ways you can live your life outside of the system and get your powers back. But they're telling you that it opens up demons and all this other garbage, or it fries your brain and whatever. They have no understanding of anything. They haven't even done it. Okay? So how are you going to listen to some pastor that tells you it's demonic or tells you it's this, that, and the other when they haven't even experienced it? Or if they have experienced, they've done it one time, oh man, I was freaked out or whatever. Have you ever done it have you ever talked to somebody who's not freaked out? Have you ever talked to somebody who has tripped acid and all they have seen is demons and whatever, and every single thing they look at according to the image given life, and they're still not freaked out? Have you talked to those people and they were also raised in church and saved at the age of 10 according to Paul's gospel? Have you talked to those people? Have you talked to those Christians who were scared to death of cannabis? Brought to you by the church system, brought to you by the DARE system, brought to you by the prison system, and at some point God just placed you into a position where you find out that, hey, cannabis isn't what they're teaching me. Hey, alcohol's not what they're teaching me. And every person is given, you got to quit this, you got to quit that, you got to get your pineal turned on, or to get your kundalini rising and whatever else, you got to do this and cleanse from that and sustain from that, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. It's all half-truths that they're telling you. And they're giving you just bits and pieces here and there, so you can't fucking connect it together, all right? But we're going to eventually connect all these things together so you can get your fucking power back, all right? And it's just a matter of time. And your power back is also letting everyone just live the way they want to live, and realize what time and day it is in this world, and realize that it's just for a time and season, okay? And this rainbow shit that we see going on in this world, licking assholes, acting like a fucking dog, and whatever else is going on, is only for a short time, okay? So, there is a constant in this world, and the constant we have seen and have come out of, but how this constant exchanges energy and energy outputs and all these things, the male and female, the electric plug, and all those things, how those things interact, are all coming together, all right? And they've come together in different ways. You've had this hole and that hole coming together. So that's where, if you're doing the bottom hole, that's, no matter if it's male or female, that is homogenized milk, okay? So this is the one that's doing the damage, because you're taking this, whatever, spreading. That's also tying in your Charlie Sheen, who has a brother, doesn't look anything like him, different name. That's tying into your twins and sisters and all that kind of stuff. But he's telling you, a lot of people think of gay sex as butt sex, but it's not just butt sex. And that's where the dude back in the day was actually a gay dude named Christian. He used to suck a wiener of another dude who wasn't supposedly gay for amphetamines or whatever, okay? And the dude who had it done, he was like, I ain't gay just because a man sucked whatever. Anyways, yeah, you are. Either way, later on he came out of the closet years later, but just tell you a story that a lot of these dudes are, it ain't gay to do that and whatever, but it is full-blown gay, just like, okay? But we got to end it here. I go chop some hair, man.